I see darts and played fun, and after that, I like.
Having Russ Bray come over, it's a massive leap forward for the country.
We have brought him from there to here for the Indian dart players.
Yeah, people are getting a lot more aggressive in the way they throw, the way they play.
And believe you me, in a very, very short time, these guys will be competing at a very, very big level.
We are here for the BRC Summer Darts Open. We were here last year and we have come back to track down where Indian darts is going. We'll be talking with a lot of players, a lot of foreign players who have come here, and of course we will be talking with Russ Bray. We go straight to India number 1 Nitin Kumar, who is a regular at the World Championship, and Russ Bray, head referee at the PDC, to talk about consistency and importance of knowing the game properly.
Just happy that alright, after going to the World Championship, maybe people have seen me. I mean, most of them use the same setup of darts I use. I just hope some of them start calculating like me and then start playing like me.
You've got Nitin Kumar, which he visually and see his darts. He is probably at a cut above the rest because of his consistency. You know, there's guys out there that take a leg off him and possibly beat him, but he's consistently good, and this is what we need to get into the rest of the guys and girls in there.
Darts is a very, very natural game. Yeah, it comes however you throw and everything comes to you naturally. But at the end of the day, how you calculate, it's all nothing else but copying from one another, and that's how you actually move around the board.
Most important thing is counting. Know the board so it doesn't break your rhythm, and once you know how to count, once you know how the dartboard works, what you go for, if you miss that, you go there and it keeps you going. You must know the dartboard inside out. From that, it will bring up another level.
With the possibility of darts being included in the Olympics in the future, we asked if there have been any initiatives from the government bodies to promote the sport.
Till now, well, one thing definitely is, I mean, okay, I've started it. Someone or the other will have to take it up later, down the line. But once it becomes an Olympic sport and that actually becomes official, there'll be people looking at this left, right and centre thinking, hey, you know what, we can actually do something in darts.
Darts Association of Bengal, DAT as it is called, they are the ones trying to promote the Indian darts and bring them to the international level, to PDC level. This is the groundwork foundation laid by DAT.
And I think that's what we need, something from the government, or just some sort of glimmer of light or hope, you can say, where people actually say, you know what, hey, this isn't a dead sport in India. We actually can get something.
You know, and I see the efforts put by the DAT people, Darts Association of Bengal, in grooming and making a fair selection. And these are the people we should appreciate and be thankful.
Still very raw. But everything's going in the right direction, you know. The organisers, the lads in there that have been organising it have done a fantastic job.
The help of Nancy, the guy's doing a great job. Like Nancy, it doesn't have to be so hands-on at the moment.
The committee is still young, and the passion, the dedication, you know, they're all working
tirelessly,
and they work effortlessly. So we got to appreciate that.
Next, we interact with Mojgan Rahmani, representing Iran, the sport being at a nascent stage in our country, just like in India.
In Iran, darts is good, very new sports in Iran, but we try to improve this sports in Iran.
How is the governing body of darts in Iran promoting the game in Iran?
No, they don't support.
They don't support?
No, they don't support.
It is basically a private event of ours.
Yes, we have private.
You have to use your own money.
I have, sometimes I have to use on own money, and sometimes I have a sponsor. We go to all the school in my city and teach darts to all the students in Tehran city, also other city in Iran.
BRC being the biggest darts tournament in India, you'd expect to see a serious atmosphere. So we confronted the professionals who are supposed to set the right tone.
It depends on how you want to look at it. It really does, yeah. I mean, some people will take it as social darts. It's a fun thing and all the rest of it. But you've got guys and girls in there that are taking it very, very serious. They want to win the money. It's their livelihood.
When you come to this stage where you pay mega bucks entry fee and big prize monies are given, take it professionally, take it internationally, respect the rules, follow the rules. Discipline must be there, not only in approaching the game, in attire, to everything. You don't simply come in flip-flops or, properly attired like a pro.
I think discipline's pretty important. I think they touched on it earlier about what happens in the PDC, even though it's not a PDC event.
Even the professional darts players also maintain discipline in the PDC and the world stage events. So that's the first thing you got to maintain.
In nice and raw, it's all new. New to what the circumstances and traditions are in the professional world. It's a professional darts corporation, and the P is professional, and that's what we want from the Indian guys and girls.
So it would of course look like a social gathering, because people don't. For us, it's our livelihood. For everyone else, it's a weekend off from work. So yeah, it's different.
So when you talk about C grade, B grade, A grade, your A grade players are in there. They know that they've got a chance to earn a few bucks.
Myself, Robbie Modra, who's from Australia, and Moshgan from Iran, we three are the only professional darters here.
They are not there for social darts, so the social game of darts, a little game of 501. Doesn't matter if I win or lose, but I've enjoyed my day.
To take Indian darts forward, a bit more discipline, it's still very laid back.
So you're going to have a subtle difference there. Your other players, to be fair, will not be good enough to actually play.
And even though most of them are quite good, but once you make the transition to an actual professional sport, it's totally different. So it does show in the mindset, of course. That's
everyone's chatting and talking, and I'm not sure it's more of a social thing at the moment. There's only a few serious players.
Russ Bray, the voice, he's an icon when it comes to darts, yeah. He coming to India it's not just a huge help, but it's something that can really kickstart us big time, because he comes in from an organization point of view. He's a head ref. He comes here and the first thing he talks about is discipline.
Well, like you say there, with respect to dress code, PDC, you have to wear shoes, or they've lightened it up a little bit. You can wear trainers now, as long as they're just one colour, mainly black. You have to wear trousers. You cannot wear denim or anything like that. So before you've even started your preparation, before you've even started, you are ready. You are ready to play.
Yep.
And like I say, it's Nancy always looks smart. And officials, I try to always look smart. I was known for it when we used to wear suits and things
Not
like that.
for anything.
Very important. Very important.
Confidence,
It is.
As a player, you dress smart.
And self-discipline, isn't it?
Self-discipline. You look good. I feel good.
Like Nancy says, we just need to soften off the edges, just smooth the edges around a little bit. Next year will be slightly different, I'm sure. Next year, as I say, we'll have a word with the committee, have a chat with the boys there.
And if you can actually get yourself down to doing that, wearing the proper attire, how you're supposed to act during games, how you're supposed to actually talk, how do you celebrate, things like that. Basically respecting not only yourself or your opponent, but also your fellow darters as well.
Every initiative has a silver lining, especially a popular sport like darts. We end by having a discussion about what to expect in the foreseeable future.
Competition's competition, whatever way around you want to put it. And I've seen some very impressive darts in there.
Mentality towards the game, people are getting a lot more aggressive now without actually showing physical aggression because it's non-contact sport. But yeah, people are getting a lot more aggressive in the way they throw, the way they play, and that's something that's a lot of fun to see.
You've got some young girls in there, young boys in there, playing fabulous darts, and they really are. I'm now part of the JDC as well, which is the junior darts. And it's very important to push the youngsters, and the youngsters I've seen in there have been terrific.
The junior players, I see they're playing amazing. They can be there one fine day. But if they have the correct mental training, correct attire, correct discipline, every game boils down to discipline, attitude, approach.
We get 100 players in there. At the moment, you've got 2 or 3 that could actually win it. I am sure by next year that'll go to 5 or 6, 7 or 8.
it won't be that much. The main reason is because in most international scenes, you have a lot of professional darters. Mainly major players are professional darters.
We walk before we run. In 3 or 4 years, you've got maybe 15, 20 guys that can actually, girls of course, I'm on about the ladies as well, they can actually get there. They can honestly believe they're going to win. And all the time, their standard will be improving. That's what we will eventually, over the next coming years, you will have a tournament in there where you'll have 128, 200 people that all think they can win it, that all want to win it.